Hi, welcome to another tech review. Today I'm going to be looking at a musical instrument. This is the Casio LD 80 electronic drums. It's a very interesting little piece of equipment. I've been a fan of Casio for quite a few years now. For a time there, Casio didn't really have a good reputation. They kind of, in the 80s and into the 90s, they were viewed as sort of a toy manufacturer. But I can safely say they are not that anymore. They have come a long way. I find today their equipment is very top-notch, very good quality. And I would say this Casio LD 80 falls into that category. Many of the sounds are very good, very usable. Of course, some of them aren't, but we'll get more into that eventually. As you can see, there's a lot of different features and functions, and I'll take a look at all of them in this video. So just as a general overview of this machine, there are 7 drum pads. All of the drum pads are touch responsive, so if you're into that, this is the machine for you. I am not a big fan of touch responsiveness, but if you are, that's fine. I don't like it myself. And one of my biggest complaints about the LD80 is that you can't turn off the touch responsiveness. But more about that later. Also, this unit features 100 different preset rhythms. You have part on and off. I'll demonstrate that in a few seconds. It also has a lesson function. You notice on each of the pads there's a little red light which lights up, and you can use this function to teach you how to drum. There are 3 digital reverbs. It has a recording function, which I will show later. And it has MIDI in and out. And there are 76 different sounds and 20 different drum sets. So I'm just going to demonstrate some of the rhythms for you. I will tell you that I'm recording this right now with the built-in microphone on my camera. So it's probably not going to sound the greatest. However, later on I'm going to play the drum set and I'm going to run the audio out directly into the camera, and the sound quality will be much better. So you'll have a much better idea of what the sounds are and how they sound. But right now I'm just going to play some different rhythms for you. You push the rhythm button right here, and you can scroll through the different rhythms by pushing this plus button here. So let's have a listen. The start-stop button is here, the volume button is here, and the power is here. So let's have a listen. So this is rhythm 0. And I'm just going to scroll through the different rhythms by pushing the plus button. And as I mentioned, there is part on and off. You see the different buttons that say drum, percussion, bass, and chord? I'm going to turn each of those off and on to show you what that means by part on and off. So by pushing this here, the red light will go off and the chords will go off. Have a listen. Same with the bass, percussion, and drums. And now I'll turn them all back on. I'll move to the next rhythm. Anyway, that just gives you an idea of the different preset rhythms. Again, some of them sound pretty nice, some of them sound kind of cheesy and canned, but we'll hear definitely some more sounds as we go along in the video. As you may have noticed already, we have the start-stop. If I just want a metronome,
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that's the metronome function. You kind of get this robotic voice chanting 1, 2, 3, 4, which is kind of cool. You have over here something called super bass, and it's kind of nice. It basically just gives the bass a bit of a pump. Have a listen. So that's with super bass on. And that's with super bass off. So again, there's a lot of different features. I will demonstrate the record function for you very shortly. Again, we have a lesson feature with the little lights on the pads that light up and show you how to play different rhythms. You also can control the accompaniment volume. I'll demonstrate what I mean by that. I'll go to the next preset rhythm. So with drumsticks, I can play along to this preset rhythm. I can hit the pads and do my own thing along with this preset rhythm. But if I want to turn the accompaniment down, I just do that. And I can still continue playing on the pads. I'll show you more about that in a second when I have the drumsticks. And I can turn the accompaniment back up. So that's basically a little breakdown of the buttons here. Again, you have 3 different reverbs, super bass, this is your record function, you have a demo feature. There are also 2 speakers on the machine, one there, and they are 5 watts each. So right now, I'm just going to take my drumstick and hit some of the pads just to give you an idea of the different sounds that you can use. I'm right now set to drum set number 1. Drum set number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And so on and so on. I'm not going to run through all the different drum sets. Just one more I will show you. This is drum set number 12, which is one of my favorites. It has more of a techno dancey quality to it. So that just gives you an idea of the sound quality. Again, because I'm recording everything through the built-in microphone on my camera, it doesn't sound as good. For example, this is one of my favorite sounds up here, high Q, but you can barely hear it. And that brings up my next sort of complaint about this unit. The sound of the drumstick hitting the pads is very loud. So when you're playing this, often the sound of the stick actually hitting the drum pad is louder than the actual sound itself, and that's probably my biggest complaint about the LD80. So if you really want to hear the sounds, you have to do a line recording, or you have to plug in a headphones and listen through the headphones if you really want to get that crisp actual idea of what the sounds actually sound like. And again, later in the video, I'll be doing a little bit of a performance, and that will be run directly into the sound of the camera. Okay, so right now I'm going to demonstrate the record feature. So basically all I'm going to do is go over here and press the record button. You'll see the red light starts to flash. And then I hit play stop, and then I can record myself playing along with the preset rhythm. Now I'll play that back. Also, I will mention this unit comes with 2 foot pedals. So much like a traditional drum set, you can play with your feet. So with one foot pedal you could play bass drum, and the other you could play hi-hats along with what you're doing with the drum sticks. So again, it's a very versatile little unit. The sound quality is good, and because you have MIDI in and MIDI out, you can trigger it with an external device, or you could use the Casio LD80 to control another rhythm unit. Maybe if you had a sound module with rhythm sounds, you could plug the Casio LD80 into the sound module and play the sounds off of the Casio LD80. So it definitely has a lot of benefits. Again, there are 76 different sounds, 20 different drum sets. It weighs about 3.5 kilograms, and the first time I saw this, it looked like a spaceship to me. It kind of reminds me of the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. Also, I'll mention you can run this off of 6C batteries or an adapter. And that's pretty much all the features of the Casio LD80. I will mention that I bought my Casio LD80 back in 2010. I bought it secondhand. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but it was under $100, and I've certainly got a lot of use out of it. Again, it's a fun little machine. You may not actually want to record with it, but if you just want to break it out and play it just for the sheer fun of playing, it's a great unit for that. It's definitely smaller than an actual drum kit, so if you're living in an apartment like I do, it's definitely the better way to go. It takes up a lot less space. It's a lot less noisy. Again, you can run it through headphones. So it's a very fun little versatile machine. So that's my review of the Casio LD80. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please feel free to reach out to me or to leave a comment in the comments section. And feel free to share this video, to give us a thumbs up, and please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot. We'll see you again.